Hello all, in this video I am going to explain about SharePoint learning path for developer. So this is my personal opinion and it is not recommended or uh, by any company like Microsoft. After working with SharePoint for many years, I am explaining this path to you, and if you like you can try this. Okay. So nowadays, since many on-premises SharePoint applications are moving to SharePoint Cloud, admins are admin opportunities are becoming very less. So many admins are shifting to developer side. So I'm going to show you few things so that you can also try as a SharePoint developer here. So if you are working with SharePoint Online, here you must be familiar with the admin center, where we will create site collection. Here to create site collection you need to have the global admin permissions. Okay, after creating site collection, the main important things are here. We must be familiar with the list. List is the one where we will store SharePoint data. Okay, so also we can create items. It's just like a table in the database, how the rows will be there. Here the list items will be there, and every list item will have versioning, and they will have item level permissions, and we can also create views using the list data, and also we can format the views using JavaScript object notation JSON. The developers must be very much familiar with the JSON. And also list will have some settings, so where we can have the permissions and all those things, and changing the title, name of the list, all these things will be there, and where we can create columns for the list, everything will be there. And also we can create list workflows, and also just like how there are columns in the list, there are site columns. So we can use these columns site wide, site collection wide. Suppose if you have some 50 subsites in a site collection, these site columns can be used in those all 50 subsites. Okay, and this is like a generic, we can use general function kind of thing. And this content types also similar collection of these site columns. And if you want to you can add content types to your lists. Okay, so coming to the next thing is SharePoint library. Here SharePoint library is almost same like list, except it will having some extra features like folders, which in folders will have folder level permissions, and there will be document version, and you can share the document with external users or the organizational users. And if you have a team, you all can work simultaneously on the same document using co-authoring. And here they will, for every suppose if you are working on a same one document, you can check out, and whenever it is done you can check and save. Okay, and the next thing is the developer, when they want to create an information architecture, they must can use of this navigation. So the basic navigation in SharePoint classic site is top link bar. Okay, apart from that, when you are activating server publishing features, you can see these metadata navigation and modern navigation. Okay, apart from that, in the modern SharePoint you can observe this modern navigation, which is very easy. You can create that with in UI. Okay, so we must be familiar with the metadata navigation more. So this metadata navigation, if you want to create, you must need permissions to create. You must be an administrator to create this metadata. Okay, coming to the next part, permissions. Okay, SharePoint is providing default permissions like full control, restricted view, visitors, contributors. Apart from that, in some scenarios we need to create our own custom permissions, like if you want to give a user read permissions and edit permissions but not delete, so you can create your own custom permissions and you can create. So and also the other thing is audience targeting. The developers need to be know this. Audience targeting is just like, if you have a navigation and in that navigation, if you want to show some items and if you want to hide some items for some SharePoint groups, you can use this audience targeting. Based on this SharePoint groups, those will be visible, those items. The next important thing for a developer is to create workflows. Suppose if you want to create a leave approval workflow, so developers come into that, and previously they used to create these workflows using SharePoint Designer, but Microsoft is recommending not to use that anymore because it is deprecating it. So now the Microsoft given us Power Automate, which is known as Microsoft Flow previously. So here Power Automate is having many connectors. It can connect to many external apps, and it can create action. It will have actions, triggers, and few steps. So to use Power Automate, we must need license. Okay. So apart from that, the main thing is pages. There are two types of pages in the SharePoint Online. One is classical pages, modern pages. To create classical pages, and the page is a collection of web parts. Okay, so this classic web parts, some of the classic web parts are contents editor web part and content search web part and script editor web part and noteboard web part. So if you want to create any custom web part, we must make use of this content editor web part and script editor web part. So the technologies which these content editor web part will be having a txt file where we will write our JS code, and we can link our JS code and we can write the HTML and we can link CSS code, okay, and place that txt file in any style library or site assets, okay. So here the developers must know what is REST API, what is JavaScript object model, and the technologies they use is HTML and CSS, JavaScript, jQuery. Some people will use Angular. So for developers or for admins who want to come to development side, they must know what is REST API, JSON, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and jQuery. And few batch jobs can be created using custom client side object model using C#. Okay, so these batch jobs will be created as like an exe, and they will be placed in the task scheduler, so they can work like a timer jobs. Okay, so the other next thing is customized web parts. Modern pages. Modern pages is collection of modern web parts, and you can create modern web pages using SharePoint framework or Power Apps. So these customized web parts is a hot topic now in industry, SharePoint industry. Those who are well aware of these SharePoint framework, they will get the job with good hike and good allowances. This SharePoint framework is can be divided into three types, like one is web parts, extensions, command sets, and the technologies they are using here is Node, NPM, EOMan, PNP, TypeScript, jQuery, and React. So this Node.js will be like an IIS in our 2013 programming. So here NPM is like the one which will add all the packages to our solution. EOMan will create the structure of the solution, and PNP is practices and patterns. This is developed by outside of the Microsoft. And TypeScript. TypeScript is not. It's like a JavaScript, but it can have more features than JavaScript. Generally, browser will not understand JavaScript, So this TypeScript will transpiles into JavaScript, so that the JavaScript will be well known by the browser. And apart from that, if you want to create Node.js solutions in SharePoint framework, we must make use of jQuery. And if you want to know more, if you want to create more good solutions, you can make use of React. React is a wonderful technology where all the operations will be made without disturbing the whole page. It will be creating a virtual DOM, so the pages will be very faster. So the developers must know all these Node.js, npm, umn, pnp, TypeScript, jQuery and React. Okay, and apart from that, the developers also must know about the PowerShell, which sometimes we can write few codes to work on few operations related to our tenant, or to gather some data or some reports, all these things. So this is my overall personal opinion on the SharePoint developer path. If you like, you can follow this and try for a SharePoint developer job. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.